Welcome to the Thamesmead and Abbeywood dual carriageways and major roundabouts as promised. Be sure to subscribe to see the rest of my videos and any up and coming videos, and press the bell notification, and hopefully you learn something. As you can see, we're on a 20 zone. Now, I was up here a few months ago, and a few months ago it was actually a 30 zone here. So you've got to keep your eye on the speed limits and not what you think is the speed limit, because they do change. There used to be a roundabout here as well, but it seems to have been taken away. There's only a mini roundabout, but there was one here. Go past the bus. There's plenty of space, so should be fine. So you're about to get a bit tight, so we'll slow it down a little bit and then carry on. Used to be another roundabout here as well, but they've taken that way. So you see how the area changes quite a lot. And there was another one a bit further up here. I think it was at this junction here. Can't be sure. Yeah, it was this junction. They've taken them all the way. So we can't rely on memory. Rely on what we see. Okay, so we're coming up to the first major roundabout. Let's see if these have changed. So we're going to go left, first exit, towards Plumstead and Woolwich. We're not going to Plumstead, we're just going towards that area. So mirror signal left. And there seems to be some sort of roadworks going on down there, which has now made it a 20 zone. This used to be a double, like a two lane roundabout. Now it's turned into a one. I'm going before that bus. So it says here the right lane is closed and it's now a 20 zone, which is weird because this used to be a 40 zone. So we've got to stick to 20. Bus is parked up. If that bus indicated to move out, I'd still carry on past it because it's not safe. So we're going to go third exit at the roundabout, so I'm going to keep the far right. It's gone into a 40 zone again, as you can see, so we'll start speeding up as we get to it. Yep, it's 40 on the roundabout. That's how big this roundabout is. So we're going to mirror signal right. Slow it down just like you normally do. Have a look. We're going to keep the right for now. When we go past the first exit, we're going to move to the middle lane. So we go past the first exit and we're going to move to the middle lane, taking it wider each time. Keep the indicator on. If it cancels itself, reapply it. And then move over to the left hand lane, checking your left mirror. And that's how you do third exit on a major roundabout like this. So going off into a 50 zone, keeping the left hand lane. You can keep the right hand lane, but the left hand lane is probably easier for you. It all merges anyway. So we're going to indicate, checking our right mirror. If you can't see properly, lean forward in your seat and look in the mirror. And once you're on, cancel the indicator. Try and get us up to 50 miles an hour. If the vehicle in front of you is only going slightly below the speed limit, to go round him would be pointless because you would have to go over the speed limit to get round him. So he's doing about 43, 44 miles an hour. And the speed limit's 50, so if I wanted to pass him, I'd need a very long stretch of road to do that. He's now built his speed up to 50, but he may not stay at 50. most important things to look out for on a road like this is to stay in your lane and maintain your speed. That's pretty much it. And don't ride in people's blind spots. So if you're going to overtake someone, overtake them, don't mess around. So if you stay in someone's blind spot and they're not paying attention, they'll look a few seconds in their mirror and then realise there's nothing there because they can't see you, and then they'll move over, and that means you're going somewhere else, mate. And that, wherever you're going is not going to be a good place. So when we come up to the roundabout, we're going to go left. First exit at the roundabout towards Erith and Belvedere. We start slowing down early because of the higher speed that we're doing. And we indicate it's probably going to cancel itself because of the angle. And if it does, you just reapply it. The arrow on the floor states that we can only turn left in this lane, which is why this guy is in the right lane or middle lane. So see, you cancel, put it back on, cancel it again when it come off. Middle lane, because the left lane goes left only, we're not going left at the lights into the industrial estate. And then we're going to go second exit at the roundabout. I'm not going to follow that all the way up because there's probably going to be a lot of traffic that way, so I'll spin around somewhere. So we're going second exit towards Erith and Dartford. Second exit, if you remember what I said in the other video, it's on 12 o'clock or before it, you keep the left lane, so we're keeping the left lane. Now that's the arrows state otherwise, so keep the left lane, have a look to your right, make sure no one's coming, get onto the roundabout but not move over too much to the left, keep as left as possible. And there's a line on the floor, I don't know if you can see the line, but we can't go over that line because that line is for the cars coming from first exit coming onto the dual carriageway. It's a filter lane, which means they don't have to stop at the roundabout. So you've got to watch out for that. Then you build your speed straight back up to 50 miles an hour. And this is going towards the fish roundabout. I don't know if you know it. Those of you who know the area, these are Belvedere and Erith test routes. Belvedere and Erith test routes. Going towards the fish roundabout. I'm not sure I want to go that far, so I'm going to probably turn off here with your countdown markers. These countdown markers are set in 100 yards, 200 yards, 300 yards, etc. I'm going to mirror signal and I'm going to drift off. As soon as I can move off, I'm going to move off and then start slowing down. Once you move off, start slowing down. As you can see, it goes into a 30 zone. There's a roundabout around the corner because it tells me there is. And we're going to go left at the roundabout, so I'll keep the indicator on. Slow down, have a look to my right, and there's a vehicle coming, so I have to stop. And there's another roundabout because I can see it. I know it's there. We're going straight at the roundabout. So it's about forward planning. Look to your right, see it's safe, carry on. It's about forward planning. Plan the road ahead. Just above, around the corner, above the bushes, you can see there's traffic lights. They're green. Nope, they're red. Braking gently. I'm going to turn right back onto the dual carriageway. And we'll head back down towards the horse roundabout, which is the one we just done. The major one. So like I said, the most important things on the dual carriageway. Don't ride in people's blind spot. So if you're going to pass them. Don't mess around. If you're not, then hold back so they can see you. Make sure you don't change lanes at the same time somebody else is changing lanes. For example, if you're in the left-hand lane, there's 3 lanes. On a dual carriageway or on a motorway, you're changing lanes. Make sure that you're not changing lanes at the same time the far right is changing lanes. So you're both going for the middle lane, if that makes sense. You don't want that to happen. Okay, so do it when there's no one around, not when there's people next to you, because you don't know what people are thinking. Some people change lanes without indicating, which they shouldn't, but they do. The other thing is maintain your speed, and also stay in your lane. Lane discipline is very important. Now, when you enter a dual carriageway from a slip road like this, the people coming in the left-hand lane generally move over for you. Don't assume they're going to move over though, because it is their road. So if you do have to stop, then you have to stop. You shouldn't really. Most people move over, so you can either speed up or slow down to kind of fit in. You want to try not to stop. If you have to, then you do. So we come to the fish roundabout. We're going to go second exit. Just the other side of the fish roundabout. On the third exit is where Erith Test Centre is. So you're guaranteed to go this way if you're coming towards Erith Test Centre, or coming out of, should I say. To go in second exit requires the left-hand lane, not the middle lane. Not the middle lane. We don't use the middle lane if we can help it. It just makes things harder for you. Mirror signals come off. Keep in the far left. Yeah, it just makes things unnecessarily hard for you. So there's just no need for it. Now, just on the floor coming up, there's an arrow that points left only. It's wrong. The arrow is wrong. Because if you look, I'll tell you why it's wrong. We're going second exit. You see the arrow that points left? Well, the next one, they've burnt it out, which means they've taken it away because they've realised their mistake. But they left the other one because they probably forgot. I don't know if you saw that, but it was a burnt out arrow. So we're going second exit. Making sure, again, no one's coming from the right. Keep the left-hand lane. Mirror signal left. As you can see, it enters the 30 zone now. And it, again, these are all Erith and Belvedere test routes. Erith and Belvedere. We're going round the buses, sticking out a little bit. I'm going to check my mirror signal and move it out, and then move it back in. You don't have to signal moving it back in unless the bus was moving off, or unless you left plenty of room for a vehicle to go past you on the left, which I didn't, so it's alright. Anyway, I've kind of showed you what I wanted to show you. I hope you learned something from that, and I'm going to keep making videos and helping people out as much as I can. So look out for my videos on Show Me Tell Me, how to jack up a car and change the wheel, and also the instruments and what they mean, the warning lights that come up on your dashboard, what they mean. I'm making a video on that as well, so look forward to making those and sharing it with you. If you can please subscribe and share as well, I'll be very grateful. Thank you, hope you enjoyed it.